It's Thursday, March 18, and time now for your Barbados Today Evening News Update. The Rastafarian Community won't be paying the proposed $200 fine for anyone caught with 14 grams of cannabis or less, according to changes under the Drug Abuse Prevention Control Act. Public Relations Officer of the Rastafari Progressive Movement, Rastafarian, told a press conference today it's a violation of the group's rights and they are prepared to fight back in court against what he called an unjust act.
So the whole $200 thing, it does not work. Not my $200. I know not his $200. Nobody here ain't paying a $200.
Yeah.
At all. We will fight it in court to the highest levels, not this. Whether we have it or not, it is not coming out of our pockets. I'd rather just give you my $200 as a brethren or a sister in yours. I mean, or just throw it in or give a paro than to give the government my $200 for something that the government has said, the AG has said initially when this whole cannabis thing was coming out, that it is a violation of our human and constitutional rights.
Rock insisted that such violations highlighted the need for government to pay reparations to the Rastafarian community.
In terms of Rastafari reparations, the first thing that has to be done is that there needs to be a change of the law. Ganja prisoners must be set free. People that are languishing in jail, ones that have been incarcerated because of the herb, some sort of reparation should be paid to these people, their families. And in my estimation, there are many ways that reparations can take form, but if you're forming an industry off of the thing that we have been locked down for, we should be automatically given a percentage of that industry. Any money that comes into that industry, Rastafari should. I ain't talking about we have to go and plant our own herb and have our own farm. That would be good too. That is only one part of it. But if 100% of revenue coming in, Rastafari should be given at least, I would say at least 25%. At least. Revenue coming in. Right? My brothers, I think maybe want to say more or whatever, but the point is that a percentage of that revenue should come into the Rastafari community where we can take that and do for ourselves.
Barbados has enough doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine to deliver the second shot. That's the assurance from the co-coordinator for the National Vaccination Program, Major David Clark. The rollout for the administration of the second dose has been pushed back until April 17, but he said this has nothing to do with the availability of the vaccine. Major Clark said the second doses for the first phase of the vaccination program were placed in storage. He also pointed out that health officials are currently using available first doses from additional batches of vaccine received to continue the vaccination program. He noted that these were not the vaccines donated by the government of India. Based on scientific information, the second dose is best given 10 to 12 weeks after the first to be even more effective. 56,018 persons have been vaccinated. Barbados recorded 21 new positive cases of COVID-19 on Wednesday from among the 573 tests conducted by the Best of Santos Public Health Laboratory. 23 persons recovered and were discharged from isolation. The number of active cases now stand at 189. Since the pandemic began, there have been 3,492 confirmed cases and 3,264 people have recovered. 39 people have died from the virus. The Public Health Lab has so far completed 135,021 tests. Residents in Holtown St. James are enjoying cleaner surroundings following a massive cleanup exercise which started at the weekend. The area was marred by a vagrant who accumulated mounds of garbage for more than a decade. At the weekend, the Sanitation Service Authority removed more than 10 truckloads of garbage.
It's very important for people to be keeping these surroundings clean because, as I said earlier, there is a lot of health disadvantage that comes with it. Mosquitoes will be also a plague with dengue here at the moment. And I mean, when you clean your surroundings, you eliminate the rodents, you eliminate all these things that could become a risk to you, your children, especially if you have children or grandchildren like me. And I think that this is something that, for instance, you clean your property, you then see the beauty of the land and it upscale the place 100%.
I can't even believe how much more I had to rumble in, you know what I mean?
But honestly, I like it. You're doing a good job. And hopefully you can got more space to run about later in life.
We just want to say thank you all so much. I mean, you all did such a lovely job. We here as poor people, as you can see, it was really, really bad on us. You know, having the kids not able to, you know, maneuver around here, which they had done many years ago. It's really, really nice right now.
I will try to ensure where that this area obviously is adjacent to next to the police station, and that we try our best to play our part in keeping Old Town and any other area or any other space that we police a green and a healthy space.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news, the Jamaica government is conducting a full audit to give an account of all COVID-19 vaccines administered so far. The move comes amid concerns of missing vaccines. Shamala Pullen of TVJ News reports.
Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says since the rollout of the vaccination program on March 10, the Ministry of Health has been doing periodic audits. Dr. Tufton says this is to keep a record of all the vaccines that have been administered and to reconcile those with what remain.
Already we've heard about one vial containing 10 doses that went missing at Cornwall Regional. My understanding is that there may have been one or two that were broken. They fell off a table in one instance and fell from someone's hand in another. And records should reflect that with supporting evidence. But when we get the information, we will be happy to make it public.
So far, healthcare workers, the security forces, and people 65 years and older have been the first to be vaccinated against the COVID-19 virus. And even though news emerged that some people not on the priority list were being vaccinated, he said for the most part, those who should not be in the first batch were turned away.
On the international front, Italy, France, Germany, and Spain plan to restart AstraZeneca vaccinations after the European Medicines Agency concluded that the AstraZeneca COVID vaccine is safe and effective. A number of European countries had suspended the jab over unconfirmed reports of an increased rate of blood clots among recipients.
The committee has come to a clear scientific conclusion. This is a safe and effective vaccine. Its benefits in protecting people from COVID-19 with the associated risks of death and hospitalization outweigh the possible risks. The committee also concluded that the vaccine is not associated with an increase in the overall risk of thromboembolic events or blood clots. Now, during the investigation and review, we began to see a small number of cases of rare and unusual but very serious clotting disorders, and this then triggered a more focused review. Based on the evidence available and after days of in-depth analysis of lab results, clinical reports, autopsy reports and further information from the clinical trials, we still cannot rule out definitively a link between these cases and the vaccine. What the committee has therefore recommended is to raise awareness of these possible risks, making sure that they're included in the product information. Drawing attention to these possible rare conditions and providing information to healthcare professionals and vaccinated people will help to spot and mitigate any possible side effects.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.